Mena adema bla. Unerla sie wisido. Dabui biskum dabui bidui geskum tulnan. Jalan tun desuguniga. Gisut ke Paqtnkek udan mo gilok desio delwe ob. Ninan gedub madua knamat noi. Naswe gusut job debludan dan delwe kilok ismatos. Ik kon mo dermo se gwajiet naam se klimuden liedal gablulat limadal mo dermo telia hey adneamo samau council iganus nemo maduit de kasai kisamwen ang chakatman dewon ye iganadu nen knamat noi amujigadu nadigoi dan dulbmatas delwan laigan pugol gilanemo Lanemo ligodwel debludan goi dan dulmali up to doxu. Mupibanige munabanige siwan. Eldon basknamat nuogo. Dan was kodemo. Goi menewagen chit kinijan botgim tasipu. Goi menewagen kinijan kisignaamuksin desigisku. Nakamo islues nin lanimo maliapteds. Lanimo igala sanuan pilui. Abang kedua skenamuan ni jano. Portigim kigumaj sipu keni janla. Menewagan Danieliet saluksin. Kedla midel muksin. Menewagan kigumaj la genijan. Kalu kladigan. Model won smaait menewagan mijuaid la nanon ay Aganeiwan, Oleiwan, Duegen, Petki Manabiju, Tluan Amat Palidal, Kisanad Ladigalil. Munamunai, Tesiwo, and Charidas Waloy, Tesio, Kiguma, Chitmadno, Dan Me Dan Deleo, Munieskisko, Pazel Meganik. About 2010, there was a grand event. The community of Paqtnkek agreed through a community process to sign into an education agreement where jurisdiction over education was transferred to the community. Within that law says, hey, you are the ultimate authority. Nobody can go to a government agency and say, oh, they're not doing this. They'll send you back, hey, Paqtnkek Chief and Council. That is your governance structure at the moment that handles education. When you take over the education, you also set up a governance system that said within that governance structure, we will hire individuals that will handle certain affairs as we wish. And if those people don't do their job, you bring somebody else in. One of the things that you take over jurisdiction, and the question you should be asking is not, do we need a school? The question is, how do we handle our jurisdiction of education? What is your expectation when you send your kid out the door in the morning? Do you want that child of yours to be loved, to be treated well, to be treated as a human being, not to be thrown out of school and sent back? That's, as a parent, that's what you're asking. And you're asking your community because you have jurisdiction to set up the structure where that will occur. That's the question that you have to ask yourself. This is how I'm going to achieve my outcome that I want. During the summer, nige was go to mob la. Go was go to mob. Delwe dazi jigni ay espigna mat nel daji. This summer you asked a question, how many people do we have with university degrees? How many of our community do we still want to have university degrees? You need those people. So wherever you're sending them now should produce those results. And one of the options, remember, one of your options under governance is either you hire somebody to do what you want, you do it yourself, Those are the only two ways you can do it. You either do it yourself or you hire somebody to do it. If whomever you hire is not doing the job or doing a job that in such a way you don't like, hey, you send your car to somewhere else. You don't send it to Canadian Tire if it keeps coming back broken. They haven't fixed the problem. They say we can't fix it. It's your problem. You're doing something to it. But by the way, we want to get paid. It's stuff like that. So I think the biggest question you have to think about during this whole process, one way or the other, if you're going to make a school or not, that's not the issue. The issue is, how do you want to educate your children? What outcomes do you want for those children? And go on, yeah, great. And that's the question. And if people feel, if you as a majority, say that we should make a school because this will help us achieve those outcomes, great, then do it. You've heard, if you do want to make a school, if that's a decision you make, if that's part of the process, great. As an organization, we are here. You've heard some shining accolades of how that process should work. And we as an organization will help. Many of us that here have been involved in making schools, setting up schools. But it's a decision the community has to make. And once the community decides to make the remember, anyway, thank you.